there, my name is Christian, and today we're going to discuss the forms that formulas are available in, and we'll touch a little bit on Ohio WIC policy as well. The three different forms that formula comes in are powder, concentrate, and ready to feed. You'll see ready to feed abbreviated as RTF or RTU, which means ready to use. Not all of Ohio WIC approved formulas are provided in all three forms. Generally, this is because formulas are not manufactured in all three forms. It also could have to do with the form not being submitted for the formula review, or it could be a state decision. We always consider need, availability, and cost containment when adding different formulas to WIC's formulary. Powder infant formula is the most popular type of formula that's issued by Ohio WIC. Powdered formula must be mixed with water, often at a 1:2 ratio of scoops of formula to ounces of water. Formula should always be measured using the scoop provided in the can, unless a different recipe is prescribed by the participant's physician. Health professionals, please be sure to familiarize yourself with the proper way to mix formula so you can educate participants. It's very important that it's done correctly. There is another Ohio WIC YouTube video you can review regarding mixing formula. The link is in the bio, but be sure to check out the back of the can or the manufacturer's website as well. I also want to point out that while many of the standard powder formulas are 1 formula scoop to 2 ounces of water ratio, not all of them are to be mixed that way. For example, at the time of this video, 5 Ohio WIC authorized powder infant products should be mixed at a 1:1 ratio. Those are Alphamino Infant, Gerber Extensive HA, Neocate Infant DHA ARA, Neocate Cineo Infant, and Puramino DHA ARA. Check out Table 310A in policy if you need a reminder of mixing ratios for powder formulas. Some pediatric formulas are available in powder as well. Pediatric powder formula mixing ratios can vary widely among manufacturers and even among the different flavors of the same product. The ratio may also change a little based on how many ounces the caregiver should prepare at one time. It's definitely a good idea to look the instructions up on a product guide or on the internet when you need to, or at least verify that the guardian is familiar with the recipe and is mixing correctly. All of that being said, powder infant formula is often requested by caregivers because of its versatility. Some consider it to be more convenient, especially if formula is often prepared in smaller quantities, using varying recipes, outside of the home, etc. It also tends to be the least expensive of the 3 formula types, so with WIC only being supplemental, parents may be looking ahead to the formula they would have to purchase themselves. However, it is important to note that powdered formula is not sterile, which could put infants at risk of infections. Chronobacter is bacteria that's found in dry foods like infant formula, and a Chronobacter infection can cause seizures, sepsis, meningitis, and can be lethal. While contamination is rare, it's also very important for us as WIC health professionals to teach proper formula storage, handling, and preparation techniques and warn mothers of this potential issue. Young infants, less than 3 months old, premature infants, and those with weakened immune systems are at highest risk of being affected if powdered infant formula is contaminated, whether the contamination occurs in the factory, at home, or elsewhere. Another form of formula that Ohio WIC has access to is concentrate. Concentrate is a liquid, and like powder, it still must be mixed with water. Unlike powder, the product itself is commercially sterile. That doesn't mean it can't be contaminated through improper storage, handling, and preparation, so it's still important to teach those things to participants. Concentrate may be less confusing than powder formulas to mix. Generally, unless a special recipe is needed, a 1:1 ratio with water is used. Concentrate formula is more expensive than powder, but some caregivers may consider it more convenient and less messy. Parents of very young, like less than 3 months, or premature or immunocompromised infants should consider providing concentrate over powder because it is commercially sterile. Ready-to-feed formula is a liquid sterile product that's already pre-mixed to a standard dilution. It's the most expensive of the 3 forms, but it's often considered the most convenient for caregivers. Please note that as an Ohio WIC health professional, Issuing ready-to-feed formula does come with some additional policy restrictions. Ready-to-feed formula can only be issued by Ohio WIC in one of the following situations. The water used to mix formula is deemed unsafe. This is in an official capacity, not preference or opinion. The health professional questions the mental or physical capability of the caregiver to prepare other formula types properly. Premature, low birth weight, or otherwise immunocompromised infants, or under the health professional's discretion if the participant has a medically relevant health condition which necessitates the use of ready-to-feed formula. An example of a medically relevant health condition which necessitates ready-to-feed formula is a tube feeding. Ready-to-feed formula should not be issued for basic tolerance issues or participant preference. This is something that will be monitored by state staff on management evaluations. You can find more information about this in Ohio WIC Policy and Procedure Manual, Section 311.2, Part C. If at any time a participant needs or requests a brand or form of formula that WIC cannot provide due to it not being on our formulary or against our policy, the health professional can always refer to Medicaid or provide a Medicaid letter. There will be a YouTube video in this series about the Medicaid letter in the future, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for joining me today for episode 5 of the Ohio WIC Formula series. Stay healthy, Ohio.